Hey everyone! This is the second lecture of the day. If you haven't watched the first YouTube lecture on paraphrasing, please watch that before you watch this, because you cannot do this if you do not understand that. Okay. So we are going to talk about the final paragraph in our 4-paragraph essay. So our 4 paragraphs are the introduction, which we did yesterday. I looked at your homework and like so many of you did a great job, but please do not use questions in your essays. Do not use a question in your hook. Do not use a question in the middle part. Do not use a question in your body paragraphs. No questions. I said this explicitly in the lecture yesterday, but so many of you still used questions. So no questions. Okay. So we have our introduction, which has a hook, a middle part, and a thesis statement. Then we have our body paragraphs, and they have a topic sentence, 3 pieces of support, and a concluding sentence. And then finally, our last paragraph is the conclusion paragraph. And this is in some ways one of the easiest parts of the essay, and in some ways a little bit difficult. Okay, so here is something about conclusions. A conclusion has no new info. There is no new information in your conclusion paragraph. Your conclusion paragraph is a summary of the main points and ideas from your essay. So you're not introducing any new support. You are not introducing any new arguments. This is just revisiting, looking at it again, all the main points that you already made in your essay. Okay. So I am assuming that you watched the first video and you know what paraphrasing is. Paraphrasing is taking an original text and writing it in your own words, changing synonyms, changing the sentence structure, but keeping the meaning exactly the same. All right, so the first, this whole part of the conclusion is kind of easy. First, you take your thesis statement, which you find at the end of your introduction, and you paraphrase it. Please do not repeat it exactly. You will lose marks. You need to say the same thing as your thesis statement, but change vocabulary with synonyms and change the sentence structure. So you paraphrase your thesis statement. Then you're going to take the main points and ideas from your body paragraphs and you are going to summarize them, meaning you are going to take them, paraphrase them, and put them together in a shorter summary. So generally, when we summarize the main points, we do not use really specific details. Like if you supported an example with another example, don't use the tiny example. Oh, my kitties are over there. So paraphrasing the thesis statement is usually just one sentence. But summarizing the main points of your body paragraph, I really suggest it's between 2 and 4 sentences. So you will lose marks if this part is too short. You need to take all your main ideas and arguments and summarize them. Okay, so this part is just basically repeating points that are already in your essay. The only part of the conclusion paragraph that you need to really think of something kind of new is the final sentence or sentences of your conclusion paragraph, and that is called the clincher. In English, to clinch something is to finish it. And so you need to write a clincher. You have 3 possible options for your clincher. Number 1, you can do a quote. This is exactly the same as a quote in your hook. You can find something that a famous person said or wrote, and you can put it in as the last line of your conclusion paragraph. Same rules. It has to be in quotation marks. You must tell me who said it, and if it's difficult to understand, please explain it. One small rule: if you use a quote in your hook, do not use a quote in your clincher. Too many quotes for a short essay. So only use one quote in each essay. Okay, so that's your first choice. You can use a quote. Second, you can use a prediction for the future. So if my topic is cats are the best pets and I write a whole essay about why they are the best pets, I can say in my clincher at the end of my essay, I predict in the future we will all live in smaller homes, downtown in cities, and I predict that cats will be the most popular pet because they live very well in small environments. A prediction for the future based on the information and the topic of my essay. Okay, finally, if you want, you can do a solution to a problem. Sometimes in our essays, we are talking about a problem. So for example, I think the example I used in the PowerPoint is if the topic of your essay is teenage depression, and you talk about the causes, and you talk about the history, and you talk about the problems. But finally, at the end of your essay, you can say, giving teenagers access to psychological therapy while they are in high school could be beneficial to stopping teenage depression. Like you give a solution, a possible solution to the problem of teenage depression. This is not appropriate for every essay. Like my essay that cats are the best pets, there's no problem in this essay, so I cannot write a solution. But if I'm talking about like cars cause air pollution, that's a problem, and I can create a solution in my clincher. Okay, so for your assignment tomorrow, I want to see one of these three things as your clincher. Okay, so talking about our assignment tomorrow, it opens at noon and it is open for 24 hours. So it is open tomorrow on Friday at noon, and it is open all the way till Saturday at noon. So please do it then. If you are late, I will not mark it. It is the same format as the previous assignment, meaning you're going to get pieces of an essay and you need to complete the essay with the introduction and the conclusion. So my suggestion is you read everything very carefully first before you begin writing. I really hope to have your body paragraph assignments corrected tonight. So here's hoping, but if they are not corrected tonight, I will try and get them finished by tomorrow morning. And what else? Oh yeah, so I'm not going to ask for any homework. I don't want to see an example of a conclusion sentence, but my big suggestion for you this weekend is to try writing a practice essay completely. So maybe use the topic we started yesterday of cars should be banned from cities, and you already wrote an introduction, so now you can write your 2 body paragraphs and practice writing a conclusion paragraph, and this will give you a feeling of trying to write the complete essay. I will post on Monday an essay checklist, which will help you look at your essay and decide if you have all the correct pieces. Okay, so good luck on your assignment tomorrow. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you again next Tuesday. Mwah.